Hey everybody, Rick here, recording video number 6 of the night, but I'm still spunky. The energy level's still up, the throat's starting to go. So we're going to dive right in. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 unboxings in this video. Mostly unbaggings, but 10 unboxings. Stuff from eBay, Amazon, Mercari, Jacob, Jtwoh, and MARTINEZJOE, all here to show you guys. First, a little something different. This was sent to me by one of my best friends from when I was growing up, Tom. He hit me up to let me know he has basically like it's kind of a synth, goth, electro band. They put out a new CD. They're called the Russian White. The CD's called The Haunted Beach. And it comes with a personalized Polaroid on the front of the album. But they dropped this CD. It actually hit like #1 on Bandcamp the week it was released for goth synth. Not necessarily my cup of tea music-wise, but Tom has been a very good friend to me for a very long time. So the least thing I can do is grab his album to support him. I'll put a link down below to their site. You guys check them out if you're interested. And if you want to order a copy of it, hit up Tom. Tell him Rick sent you from Down the Movie. And yeah, so this is their CD. Like I said, it's called The Haunted Beach on Lost Glacier Records. The guy, I want to say the guy who produced the Deftones was the producer on the album. So it's very cool. They've actually hit the charts in Australia, which is kind of crazy. Tom's been in bands as long as I've known him, like since from high school on to now, which, you know, we're both in our mid-30s. So, you know, he's been doing the music thing for like 17 years. And he's been in different bands and stuff and never gives up. So he's sending this cool like little bag too. So that's very cool. Like I said, I'll put a link down below. Then we're going to dive right in, guys. The first thing here is from Amazon, as you can see. This I got a very long time ago. When did this come? Like, I want to say October 15th. That's how long this has been sitting in this bag. And it is the Ultimate Collection Shrek Blu-ray digital set. So this features 6 movies, 5 TV episodes, and 10 shorts. So this features Shrek, Shrek 2, Shrek the Third, Shrek Forever After, Puss in Boots, and Shrek the Musical. And it has a lot of the shorts and stuff, like Shrek the Halls, Scared Shrekless, episodes of the Puss in Boots TV show. I had a really big Shrek box set, didn't own Puss in Boots, and this set was coming out. It was a thinner case. I was able to sell the code from it to recoup a lot of the money back, and it saved on shelf space, and I was able to add a few specials and movies I didn't have to my collection. And it comes, like I said, in this case here. All the movies are like individually on there. There's the Shrek bonus disc, Shrek the Musical, Puss in Boots, Forever After, Shrek the Third, Shrek 2, and then Shrek right there. So, and then I kept the digital copy paperwork, and yeah, that's a pretty cool set. It was a really good price when it first came out on Amazon, so I went ahead and pulled the trigger on that one. The next thing here is from, no, I'm going to save this one. I'm trying to kind of like go in order when I receive them. November, October, November. All right, so the next one was from Mercari, actually from a viewer, Stanley James. He sells on Mercari, I follow him, and he had a movie that I've never seen that the lady friend wanted to check out. So he gave me a great price. He sold me this for $6 on Mercari on Blu-ray, and it is Janet Jackson and Tupac Shakur in Poetic Justice. I know it's a very like 90s, very popular 90s movie, Bridget and I had never seen it. So like I said, for $6, went ahead and pulled the trigger. I know it doesn't go for much more than that, but to help out a viewer of mine who was selling it, he hooked me up with a few dollars cheaper than he had it for on Mercari. So I added that to the collection. The next thing here, I got off of eBay for $4. Another upgrade from DVD to Blu-ray so I can get rid of my DVD, which I probably already did. Yep, not on the shelf anymore. And that is the unrated version of Rules of Attraction. It's been a long time since I've seen this, but from the early 2000s, a very dark R-rated movie by the writer, the guy who wrote this, I believe wrote Bret Easton Ellis. He did like Less Than Zero, maybe American Psycho too. But I definitely want to revisit this. I don't remember much about this movie except that I really loved it. But it's been so long since I've seen it, and what a cast. James Van Der Beek, Ian Somerhalder, Kate Bosworth, Jessica Biel, Shannon Sossamon, Kip Pardue. The Rules of Attraction, the unrated. Very cool. What is this? Oh, this is my buddy Jacob, Jtwoh. Does a lot with codes, and he reached out to me about a guy who had some stuff available really cheap. This cost me $12.50 for two things shipped. Although one of them I'm kind of bummed about, and I'll get to that in a second. So this, I had the movies individual. I had one movie on 4K. I had the other two movies on Steelbook. But I was like, let me get this. I'll get rid of the 4K. I'll get rid of the Steelbooks. This will take up a single shelf space. So I bought it. It was really cheap. And then I found out on Black Friday, they're supposed to have this movie on 4K. So I might be getting rid of this right away if I can find the 4K. I think it's supposed to be like $10. And I'll just upgrade this. Or maybe I'll just keep this and save the $10. I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence. It is the Divergent series, which really bothers me. I've seen the first two movies, Never Allegiant, which is the third movie. But I believe there's 4 books in the franchise. So I'm going to have to read the book to see how it concludes. They were supposed to do a TV show. Since they weren't doing a movie, none of it ever panned out. It's a shame because they have really good casts. Shailene Woodley, I believe Miles Teller's in these movies as well. Ansel Elgort, aka Baby Driver. So I got this. I might keep this, but I'm going to get rid of the other two Steelbooks I had. I already got rid of the 4K. And then the really cool part of the deal, I had all 3 movies, but they were individual. This, one case, one shelf spot, nice slipcover, and that is the Santa Claus trilogy. Like I said, it's all in one case here. So Santa Claus 2, and Santa Claus 3, which Jacob hates. I don't hate it as much as he does. It's not as good as the first two, but he really seems to despise it. So for $12.50, I grabbed the Santa Claus trilogy and the Divergent trilogy. Pretty good deal for $12.50 shipped. The next thing here is from my buddy Jacob, Jtwoh. Said he found this at a local Goodwill. It's a movie that I personally didn't love it, but I'm intrigued because they're supposed to make a sequel. And I said after the movie that I would like to see a sequel of this because they left it really open-ended. And he found it really cheap on DVD. The disc was loose, but it's all right. So he found it really cheap on DVD at his Goodwill. It had a digital copy. So he redeemed the digital, sent me the DVD at cost plus shipping. And that is the DVD of Escape Room. I got this basically so Bridget could watch it, so she could be prepared for the sequel, hoping they make it like they're supposed to next year. Because like I said, not the greatest movie, in my opinion, a watered down Saw. But the way it ends, I'm like, okay, like where are they going? What's the second movie going to do? Hopefully it's not your typical PG-13 horror sequel, which I'm worried it might be. But yeah, so I got this for Bridget to check out. I'd like to rewatch it and see, maybe I was a little harsh the first time, but usually my gut's pretty good on this stuff, in my opinion. So Escape Room, it cost me like $4, I'm going to say, or $4.25 with shipping. The next thing here is from my buddy Joe Martinez. I'm going to put links to Joe and Jacob's channel down below. If you guys don't subscribe already, do yourselves a favor. Check them out. Give them a sub. But Joe hit me up. He said, I know this has been on your wish list. And do you still want it? It's this price. And I said, absolutely. He actually hit me up when I was in Lebanon, as I talked about the last couple videos. And it was pretty cool because this was one of two of this director's movies I did not own. So now I only need Jersey Girl on Blu-ray. But this is Tusk. I don't like this movie very much, but as a completist, as a Kevin Smith fan, wanted to get it to add to the collection. Bridget's never seen it, so she'll have to check it out. I'll probably sit down and watch it with her. But I now own every Kevin Smith movie, excluding Jersey Girl, on Blu-ray, and obviously the reboot, which comes out in January, and I will be buying. But Tusk on Blu-ray, Joe basically charged me what he paid for it plus shipping, and I couldn't pass on the deal because this was one that's been on my wish list for a while. The next thing here, this is from Mercari. I got this for $13 shipped, which is pretty good considering all the stores that have it for $23 on sale the week it came out. Wasn't going to do that. I was hoping it would be $20 and I could get rid of the code and kind of pay 13 bucks. But instead I just paid $13 and got it shipped to my P.O. box. That is Good Boys, the rated R comedy starring tweens. Obviously, you know this guy, Jacob Tremblay, but the real star of this movie is this dude right here, whose name, let's see, Keith L. Williams. He was the star of this movie. He was great in this film. This was a fun time. I was worried when I went into this movie, seeing it in the theaters, that this and them would just be tiresome after 15 minutes. Like, it's basically three kids in a super bad type movie, but they're kids. You can tell they're sixth graders. They act like sixth graders, and they talk like sixth graders, but they also talk like super bad sixth graders. So it's fun. If you haven't seen this, check out Good Boys. I don't think I'd pay the $23. I wouldn't recommend doing that. But like I said, I got this for $13 with the slip. It didn't have the digital. That's fine. Obviously, the person said they never watched the disc. They basically pulled the digital, sold the Blu-ray. That's fine by me. I will benefit and add the Blu-ray to my collection. Next, this just came today from Mercari. I paid $30 for this, a little steep in my opinion, but stuff you never really see and stuff I'm really undecided about except for the last title here. This one, they're all brand new sealed. This one I'm probably going to be flipping to recoup some of the cost. It is WWE True Giants on Blu-ray, brand new factory sealed. Don't really have interest in this one. The other two titles were what really sold me on this lot. But yeah, this is going to be the flip. If any of you guys are interested, hit me up, let me know. I don't know if it'll still be available because I'm going to try to list this soon so I can hopefully move it during the Christmas rush. The next thing is really tempting to keep, but I'm torn. It's the Best of NXT 2017 on DVD, brand new sealed. I know it has DIY, The Revival, Ty Dillinger, Ruby Riott, Pete Dunne. It has Undisputed Era. It has Aleister Black, Shinsuke, Sanity. There's lots of good main roster wrestlers now in NXT. Nikki Cross versus Asuka in a ladder match, which was great. I might keep this. And the last thing, the big selling point of this, honestly, I had Volume 1, but this is Volume 2, and it is the Attitude Era Volume 2 Blu-ray, brand new, factory sealed. Yes, this is going in the collection. I have Volume 1. Now I need to find Volume 3, and it goes for stupid money. So this actually, like, on eBay by itself is like $40. So the 30 bucks I paid for all three, that's why I said I hope to sell the True Giants to recoup a lot of the cost. This I will keep, and depending on what I get for True Giants will be the determining factor on if I keep the Best of NXT, because it takes up too much room. But anyway, Attitude Era Volume 2 is the big title, the one I really wanted. And then the movie that I am going to be most excited about owning took a while to get here. I ordered this as a pre-order. It came out, and I didn't get the movie until last week, which was 3 weeks after it came out. This movie is phenomenal. I preach this movie so much. I've told Joe, I've told Jacob, I tell Crazy Joe, I tell Dave. I've had a conversation with Aaron about this movie. My girlfriend and I both loved it in the theaters. This is a movie you must watch. It is a feel-good movie. I think Shia LaBeouf is amazing in this movie. Zach, I believe his name is Gottsagen, is great in this movie, and that is The Peanut Butter Falcon. This was $12.96 on Amazon. It is such a good story. It is beautifully shot. Basically, the movie follows Zach, the main actor. He has Down syndrome, and he has dreams of becoming a professional wrestler. And he meets up with Shia LaBeouf, who's basically a small town outlaw, and he's on the run, and they meet up together, and they go on an adventure, and he's trying to get Zach to the wrestling school he wants to go to with his hero, the guy he looks up to, the guy he watches on VHS over and over on repeat. And it's about their journey and the friendship they form while shooting this movie. Everything happened with Shia LaBeouf in his personal life where he was arrested. And Zach kind of stepped up as his friend in real life and helped him get on the straight and narrow. He became inspired in his rehab stint that came from the arrest to write Honey Boy, which is probably my most anticipated movie of December. When it released in November, but hopefully in December it'll be in our area. I'm very much looking forward to it. But The Peanut Butter Falcon was outstanding. Dakota Johnson's in it as well. She's great. But if you guys have the chance, please check this movie out. It is a very small movie, but it is a very great movie. It has a matte slipcover, which I personally love. This being the Blu-ray digital combo pack put out by Lionsgate. I cannot praise this movie enough, guys. Please check it out. It's rated PG-13. There is some language, but it is a great story. Like, I would consider showing this to RJ. I don't know if he would fully appreciate it the way I did, but it was a movie where I was constantly smiling in the movie, laughing. The bond between Shia and Zach is great in the film. And do yourselves a favor, check out Peanut Butter Falcon. And that's it, guys. I'm done. I have like 28 envelopes on the floor next to me. I have 6 shelves full of movies that needed to get filtered in. And yeah, so by the time I release this, it's going to be like the end of December. So hopefully everybody has had a great holiday season. Like I said, the review video will be coming. I don't know if it'll be released in between these. This is Wednesday, the 27th of November, the day before Thanksgiving. So all this stuff is going to be released in December. And hopefully I do a review video next week, and that'll drop at some point too. But I'm losing my voice. I am starving, but this was fun. I wanted to tackle these videos, get them done, and I did that. So thank you guys first for watching. Thank you guys as always for commenting, for viewing my videos. It is very appreciated. I love this community. I love doing these videos. I love mumbling about movies for hours and hours on end. And thank you guys for subscribing. Hopefully, like I said, I have another month to hit my goal. If you guys don't already, I know I've been preaching it heavy these videos, but give me a sub. It is very appreciated. Tell your friends if they're movie fans. Sub to the big bearded guy. Sometimes he's annoying. Sometimes he's funny. Sometimes I don't watch him. Whatever, a sub would be appreciated. I really thank you guys. As always, please check out the description box down below where you can find links to my Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, eBay. Hopefully my sales have been phenomenal this month, but you guys can check it out if you find something you're interested in. Instagram DM is probably the easiest, or an email, and I can work a better deal out for you guys off of eBay. Also, Letterboxd, where I rate and review all the movies I watch. Thank you guys so much. Thank you. This year has been awesome. And I look forward to seeing you guys in 2020. So as always, until next time, guys, who's down to movie? Time to eat.